Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I'm really excited to bring to you a triangle offense on-court demo, probably our most requested breakdown of all time. And we have to do it in two parts because it got a little bit long. So we'll give you the first two options first, and then later we'll bring you the second two options. So don't miss that. And we'll also show you some real-world examples by the Bulls and the Lakers. Now, they're not exactly perfect because it was really hard to find footage that matched exactly the basic options, but you'll get the idea, and more importantly, you'll see how you can get a lot more things out of that weren't even planned that are great shots. Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Today, I want to go over the offense that's near and dear to my heart, the triangle. And what we're going to do is the basic four options, which is, by the way, all the Lakers had to do during their three-peat in the early 2000s to win those championships, the basic four options. So we'll show you how those work and how the options can get you great shots no matter what positional strength you have. Let's start out real simply with the alignment, which is two guards, two forwards, and a center. Of note, you have a lot of room under the basket here to be able to penetrate. If you have a one guard front, you're invariably going to have another defender somewhere in the lane clogging things up. The initial pass is usually guard to the forward, and the guard will then go to the corner. Here is our triangle. We've seen this before. We're probably used to watching the corner, the guard fill the corner. A sort of interesting cut you don't see often outside of the triangle offense. So when that happens, our weak side forward is going to come down here to the mid post area. So here we have the triangle. The very first look you have always is the center. Now remember, you don't need to have a scoring center, you just need to have a center who can catch the ball and then make a little easy pass out of that. And that's something you can train. No extra special talent needed for this thing. So we have a post entry. Now, we're gonna have both these guys cut to the hoop. The wing is gonna be toward the middle, and the corner is gonna cut a speed cut down the lane, down the baseline, okay? So both of you guys cut through here. Now, when you get into this area, stop. So at this point, if they go through and there's no handoff or no little pass for a layup, he can go to work, face up, do whatever he wants to do, if that's his thing. Now, what's happening here is we have a rule in the triangle offense the way I teach it. If you cut to the basket from the corner, you go up to the opposite side wing in an exchange, like an X. So you're going to go to the wing. This guy cutting through from the wing here on the strong side is going to screen for the weak side. So he's going to fly up to say on that side, to the right in the middle where you shoot the free throw, right here. Okay? So throw the ball here. Now the other rule we have is if you're ever above the ball in line with the basket, okay, and the guy catches it like that, you cut to the hoop, back door. So let me explain why. So Ali, you're going to be facing more this way because you came from this direction. Good, so don't move. If I'm guarding the point guard up here and all this is happening here and the ball gets thrown right behind me, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? If I'm guarding you? If you're guarding me? Yes. I'm going to go turn my head. When I turn my head, what are you going to do? Okay. Yeah, cut right behind me, okay? Give it to him. Shoot it, okay? So that is a little bit of a blind pig action, we call it. Tex Winter is great because he has a lot of great names for all these different options. There's a lot of them. Blind pig is my favorite. So let's start from the beginning here and show that again in real time. The biggest issue here and the hardest thing is to get the guy to cut through and screen here, okay? And if you can do that consistently, you're gonna get a great shot every time. So let's show it again. Entry to the wing, he fills the corner, low post, they both cut. He goes to the wing, he screens here to the free throw line, catch it, blind pig cut, good, and a shot. Right, now, you might ask yourself, he's in the way of that, right? So his man's gonna get in the way. Well, that's real simple. If I'm guarding him and he steps over on the blind pig, he just dumps it off and he dunks it, right? If I come up here, he's open, okay? So that's the spacing aspect of it. And remember, in the NBA, the lane is a lot wider than this lane. So that is it. That's the basic first option in the triangle offense. And if you can do that every time with a guy like Shaq, why wouldn't you? Did Shaq score? No. Our center didn't score. He triggered the whole thing because he got the ball in the low post.
Offensively in this series has scored 21 points in 3 games.
Well, the fast break hasn't been there, and also the second chance points.
Exactly what we had mentioned that Phoenix did in Chicago Stadium, matured as an offensive team in the half court, willingness to swing the basketball to the opposite side of the floor.
Shot clock at 5.
Let's talk about the second option. So set up again. This is probably my favorite play, and if you were to talk to a lot of NBA coaches, when you see little bits and pieces of the triangle, it's usually the pinch post is what they'll put in, and this is it. And let me make one thing clear. There are 4 dominating spots to get the ball on the court on offense. 4 spots, if you get it there, it will be devastating to the defense. And those 4 spots are low post, high post, low post. So you can see the first option gets the ball to low post. Here's the second option. Throw the ball here, fill your triangle. Always starts the same way for now. You get the top of the key and you go here in the mid post area. Now, you can't get it here, whatever reason. He's fronted, it's too hard or whatever. He looks here, can't get it. His next look is simply the top, right here, just swing it. Now don't move. This will now trigger the pinch post action, which is him running to the high post here. Stop right there. Whenever you throw the ball to the top from the wing, we have another rule, you're always gonna go down screen the guy in the corner, always. But let me make it clear here, there are rules. The same thing happens on every play. So you can't really argue that this is very complicated because with enough practice, anybody can do this at any level. So the basic movement there is after the down screen on that side, we have the pinch post action, which is hit the pinch post and run around the outside. Fake it to him, okay? Now, our other rule is come down to the baseline, then break out. Our other rule is if you cut to the basket from the top, you're going to go to the corner. Again, another rule that makes this offense pretty easy because there's guidelines, you never get lost. Now, this is my favorite part of the whole thing, is on this down screen, you're coming up and around, and now you're going to dribble at him and pitch it to him. Turn in, yeah, roll with him, roll. Now look at this. You now hold it, stop, don't move. After you screen here, you go to the top. Another rule, whenever you down screen in the corner from that guy, you always have to come back and be the safety on top. So get all the way on top in the middle. But look at what we have here. We now have, we had a dribble pitch, basically pick and roll on the move, attacking the rim, and we have a guy here who could be wide open on the kick. You have the world in front of you, however you want to score. So imagine if this is Chris Paul, and you want to tell me the triangle offense doesn't give things for Chris Paul to do? It's outrageous. Anything he does out of the corner when he gets the ball back is attacking the rim and controlling the offense. So let's do that in real time. Start over real quick, get in the right spots. Remember, this is the pinch post option, the second option. So he breaks out, he cuts to the corner. He can't throw the ball to the post, goes to the top. Here comes the pinch post action here. Fake it, dribble pitch, turn the corner. Look at this. Good, beautiful, okay? You can't tell me that if you have Chris Paul on your team, you can talk to your team and say, okay, when on that pinch post, don't give it to him. Let's run it all the way around to get him the dribble pitch coming out of the corner. However, I want you to look at this. If you have Chris Paul on your team, get back in your spots. Let's make him Chris Paul, okay? No, give him the ball. This is the beauty of it. Why not let him be a little decoy away from the defense for a little bit, right? Let him rest. So get your triangle set up there. Now this becomes Chris Paul, okay? There's stuff happening here. Usually he'll get the pass back. So now watch this. If it's Chris Paul, don't do a pinch post. You come up and screen the ball. Now don't move. Look at this. Here is a classic pick and roll like you normally see, but after you've already had some movement and the ball is swinging, and all this movement over here is now getting these guys engaged. There's no help. So now you have Chris Paul, and let's just say this is Kobe. Oh my goodness gracious. Chris Paul and Kobe Bryant running pinch post is either going to be a dunk or a wide open 15-footer every single time, right? So take the screen and roll with him, and attack, do whatever you want to do, okay? You get an easy two-man game, and you know what? You don't even have to call it. You can run this offense through 82 games and slowly put it in, and eventually what's going to happen is that they're going to understand, okay, let's get Chris Paul on the weak side and swing it to him there. You can do a lot of interesting things out of this to get the ball to Chris Paul on top, and once you form that triangle, it's over. The game is over. Chris Paul will get you a great shot every time. watch how naturally this flows from the pinch post, and then they swing it into the low post entry, the first option. When the double team comes, they have great spacing and get a great shot by D. Fish when the ball gets swung. So don't miss part 2 coming up very soon, and follow us on Twitter. We have a great conversation there every day, and Google+. Lots of great stuff happening, even on Facebook as well. So don't forget part 2 coming up, and at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?